Children are in government custody, separated from their parents by the U.S. government. We don't know because the Secretary of Health and Human Services won't tell us, at least not exactly. He estimates it's under 3,000 children. He estimates children. How could the government not count? Joining me now, CNN political commentator Ana Navarro and Jason Miller. Ana, first I want to go to you here. I was shocked when I heard the Secretary of Health and Human Services toss around these figures yesterday like he was, estimating matchsticks in a jar. He estimates it's fewer than 3,000. What does it say to you that they didn't count?
First, I think it speaks to incompetence, but then I also think it speaks to the entire tone of the Trump administration when it comes to immigration and the way they dehumanize immigrants. They just don't see them at the same level. They don't see them they see them as second-class humans. We see it time and time and time again with this administration. Look, it's shocking to the conscience. It's disappointing to see how little the Republican Congress has done to provide a check and balance and to demand answers. But it's incredibly consistent from the Trump administration. From day one on this, they've been doing nothing but gaslighting, right? I mean, issuing a policy that was not necessary, then saying that they didn't have that policy, then issuing an executive order that was not necessary to get rid of a policy that could have been gotten rid of without an executive policy, and then not executing the policy, the executive order that they signed. So the entire thing has been nothing but smoke and mirrors from from day one, involving children and human suffering.
So, Jason Miller, you're a communications expert. It's your business. You did not think that it was helpful to this administration to run Secretary Azar out there yesterday to say those things, correct?
Absolutely. Yesterday was a PR 101 failure. I mean, one of the basic tenets in communication strategy is don't speculate. And so if you don't have the number, don't go out there and speculate. And so it went from estimation of an exact number of slightly more than 2,000. I don't have the exact number memorized, to somewhere under 3,000. And so with the two problems there, one, they're saying that they don't know the exact number. And the number two, they're still guessing. They're increasing it by almost 50%. But I think, JB, an earlier point that you made was that it makes this a numbers argument as opposed to the human element. And this is where I think this really has gotten things off track, because the public polling has shown that 64% of people think that those who enter the country illegally should be deported. But also 88% of people think that families should be kept together while they're going through that process before they're then before they leave the country. And so it's very clear that people don't want to see families separated. And so we need to get them back together as soon as possible. I know people in the government are working very hard to this point. But yesterday, from the PR perspective, I think was a fiasco.
Yeah, and it's not just PR, is it? I mean, again, we're talking about children, Ana. We're talking about human beings. And whether or not you agree with the policy of separating them, to not acknowledge that these are children right now separated from their parents, not just some figure. Again, it was very surprising to me.
And look, it's not going to go away. It's a story that has now lasted for more than 2 months. And it's a story that keeps tugging at the heartstrings of America. We see the heart-wrenching images of little children reuniting with their parents, with their mother, as we saw yesterday. Finally, a lot of it has been as a result of court action. I think you're going to see a lot more court action come out of this situation when the government does not meet its deadlines. I mean, it's amazing. They can't even give you a number of how many kids are in custody and still separated, and they're supposed to reunite all of those kids in a matter of days, And, all 3,000 of them in a matter of weeks. And they can't even tell you how many there are. Listen, if Federal Express were behaving this way with, FedEx was doing this with shipments of widgets, we'd be in an uproar. We would be clogging up the customer lines because they couldn't find my new pair of shoes that I just ordered on Zappos. And these are children.
Yeah, and look, if you want to argue about asylum, if you want to argue about whether it's a deterrent, that's fine. Have that argument. But these are children. If you're going to separate them, count. Count and know where they are. And I think the three of us are in agreement on that. Jason, I want to get your take. Thing we heard last night in Montana. President Trump was at a rally, rallying supporters there. This was a political event, and he loved it. He was in the moment. You know it, and you could see it. He chose to talk about President George H.W. Bush, 90-plus years old, battling all kinds of illnesses up in Kennebunkport, Maine. And he talked about one of President Bush's really clarion calls for 1,000 points of light, volunteerism, civic duty. This is what President Trump said about it.
You know, all the rhetoric you used to hear, the 1,000 points of light. What the hell was that, by the way? 1,000 points of light. What did that mean? Does anyone know? I know one thing. Make America great again, we understand. Putting America first, we understand. 1,000 points of light. I never quite got that one. I'm trying to say, what the hell is that? Has anyone ever figured that one out? And it was put out by a Republican, wasn't it?
Two questions, Jason. Do you know what 1,000 points of light means? And question number two, should the president be talking about like this about George H.W. Bush up in Kennebunkport, Maine?
Well, I'm a huge fan of former President Bush. In fact, the very first political rally I ever went to, I had a Bush sign in my hand and was getting shouted down by the Clinton people in attendance at the Clinton rally. It was in Seattle, so I almost barely made it out alive. So I'm a huge fan. Look, I wouldn't have tweaked the policy last night. I'm a huge fan, obviously, also of Make America Great Again. I think that's a great slogan. But I think this is a little bit blown out of proportion. I mean, let's not forget that Dana Carvey made an entire thing. I mean, people roundly picked on 1,000 points of light. President Trump did not even mention President Bush by name. He tweaked the slogan. I looked through some of the rally coverage from last night. I didn't even see a mention of this in the Washington Post or Politico stories on the rally. So, look, it was a throwaway line. I don't think it was that big of a deal, and plenty of people have criticized the line in the past. And so let's not make out of it.
All right, notable that you now look at the Washington Post and the Politico as reports of record here. The president often doesn't. Anna, I know you have strong feelings toward the former president. Let's not forget, President Trump also frequently alludes to things that John McCain has done in much the same way.
Look, first of all, I'm not surprised that he doesn't know what 1,000 points of light mean, because it's all about public service. It's all about service to America. It's all about volunteering, something that Donald Trump has never done. Remember that George Herbert Walker Bush began volunteering for this country when he was still a teenager. He had to get special permission to go serve this country, to go wear this country's colors, something that Donald Trump, the draft dodger in chief, avoided 5 times. So it's not surprising that he never got it. Of course he never got it. He does not get volunteering. He does not get charity, being charitable and doing service. And what we see with Donald Trump is 1,000 points of darkness. Every time you see somebody berate an American for speaking Spanish, that's a point of darkness. Every time you see somebody call the cops because a black family is grilling, that's a point of darkness. When you see somebody call the cops on a little black girl trying to sell lemonade, that's a point of American darkness. And so I'm not surprised he doesn't get the points of light, the 1,000 points of light. And I would tell him to look in the mirror, because he is very much responsible for so many of the points of darkness.